Let me see. And we're live. All right. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. I noticed that I'm glitching on the screen. I'm probably even sounding like it. So, to the audience, please let me know how I'm sounding. If my sound clear. If my sound clear, we can go on. If not, then we'll make a few changes real quick. Because I'm watching my movements. We work with new technology, and you know how that go already. You start doing some new stuff, and then you have to fix some other stuff you never had to worry about before. But shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers. Shout out to the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the crossing guards and the school teachers and law enforcement personnel, medical field personnel, military personnel. Whatever your job description is, shout out to you. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. Here we are. On this beautiful Monday morning, today is the 15th of June 2026, and we are here, and we're happy to be here. We made it. I'm bothered by my image on the screen. There's a huge delay in the image on the screen. So if you hear me and I'm not sounding like, if I'm sounding glitchy, or you can't understand what I'm saying, then please say something. All right. Don't see anybody in the comments saying anything about how I'm sounding, so I will continue. Bob Cosmic, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Kingston, manners and respect. You're in a slow motion. Me in slow motion, how am I sounding? Kingston is the only person who will give me a feedback and say you're in a slow motion. How am I sounding, Kingston? Am I sounding like I'm in slow motion? Because right now we're gone too far forward about how we look. You know it's me. I'm here. But the sound, I'm worried about the sound. All right. Darren said the sound sounds good. Mistress B, thank you, says the sound is sounding fine. A couple of people as well said the sound sounds good. The audio is good. The video is in slow motion, Banches says. All right, Banches. Appreciate it. I don't know. It worked out fine yesterday when we did it. And then today, I don't know what I do. All right. I'm paying attention to the words in the chat. Some people are saying I sound good, while others are saying that the connection is glitchy and you sound glitchy. So every time I hear the sound Mutabaruka, it's the background why it appears that you are in slow motion. You are okay. Me know that, man. May I ask how me sound? May I ask how I know what I look like on screen. I'm moving slower than what I'm moving. And I'm hoping I'm not sounding the same way. That's what I'm saying. So if I'm not sounding the same way and the sound is clear and the sound is good to go, then we are going to go on with the show just as is. That's something I'll have to work on at a later date before we go live again and put up a next background. All right. So the sound is clear, but yes, the video movement is glitchy. I'm very well aware the video movement is glitchy, but I'm there. Let's see how that transfer into the live. All right, you sound like you sound good. All right, big up yourself. So we're gonna go on with that. We have a couple of things to talk about this morning. Here's what we have on the list. Before we do that though, the location that I'm at this morning that is behind me, you know, say we figure out how to use green screen now. So now I'm gonna be putting up locations and stuff. This location behind me is a view from one of the pools at one of the places that I vacationed at in Jamaica. This place is called, a lot of you, when you saw the video when I came back from Jamaica, it's been a while for this location, but a lot of you were like, SouFlo, please share that location. That location was so beautiful. Because you see this pool right here, so that is the pool, one of their pools that are up higher, on a higher level. They have another one that is down lower. This place is built into like the side of a cliff, and the other one that is down lower meets sea level. So when the waves come in, right, the waves from the sea hit you while you're in the pool, the lower pool for this pool. If you don't want to take the wave, them beat you up and stuff like that, then you go up top to this pool right here where you can overlook the sea and all this. This place is called West Ender Inn, and it's located in Ochi. West End Negril, sorry. Miratin. But Ochi, why am I going to Ochi, babe? It's located in West End Negril. This is the place where I tell you like the far around one place on one part, and you would be surprised to see the amount of foreign Caucasians that are lost in the bushes around those parts. Them go dance at night time by themselves, them ride bicycle and walk road by themselves through the bushes. Because it's very bushy, green, lush, around them parts there. But it was just a nice experience, right? This is not Ochi though. That was a mistake. This is West Ender Inn is the name of the place. You can Google it and you can look at all the pictures. You will eventually come across this picture right here and you will say, oh, that's the pool where SouFlo is sitting in front of. All right. West Ender Inn is the name of the place. Very beautiful place to vacation at. Very family oriented as well. You have two parts to it. You have a part where they have houses and you can get a whole house. And then you have, or they call it a cottage. And then you have another part where it's like hotel settings across the street from it. But it's all its own property. So just a heads up for anybody who's looking for somewhere to go, want to touch down on the island of Jamaica real quick, have a vibes, and then fly back out. West Ender Inn is a good place to go. See? All right. We know the video is glitchy. We know the video is glitchy. We know people are going to keep on coming into the chat and saying, the video is glitchy. The video is glitchy. We're not going to change it now because we've gone too far already. And it would take way much to go back in and change up and do different background now. Plus, I don't know why it's glitchy because it wasn't glitchy yesterday when we were broadcasting. The internet probably need for reboot, babe. Yeah, but nobody reboot it when we're live because... All right. Listen, we're not going to be on for long this morning. This morning is going to be a very short live. The phone lines are going to be open. 1-806. Let me put the number in the chat. One time is 1-806-587-8953 and 8953. And you can call in through WhatsApp. Is free, or you can call in just straight. I'm not pinning it, it's just floating in the chat. So there it is, 1-806-587-8953. That's the call-in number. If you have anything to say, calling in. These are our topics this morning. Munga Honorebele broke his, Munga Honorebele, dancehall artist, recording artist, reggae dancehall artist, Munga got off on his murder charge. And then Mr. Vegas has broken his silence, saying what he had to say about the passing of his very close family member after Munga beat the murder charge, right? So we're going to go into what Mr. Vegas had to say. And then we have, I'm trying to figure out where the money is going in Jamaica. Because remember, I was the one that said, Jamaica, keep your eyes on the money. We know that JPS got $150 million US dollars out of the Jamaican government following Hurricane Melissa. $150 million US dollars out of the Jamaican government following Melissa. Me have to say it again because it still not sound real to me. That's a lot of money. And then over the weekend, I saw that the Jamaican government now loaned Petrojam $3.3 billion for cash flow assistance. $3.3 billion. Me that figure look. It turns out to be 3.3 billion Jamaican dollars. However, that's still a lot in US dollars because that works out to roughly 21 million US dollars. If you want to be specific, it's 20,818,762 and 80 cents. That's how much that is. So with all the people who are still complaining and still reaching out for help and still not getting any assistance following the hurricane and these places that were severely damaged, at this point, I'm thinking, where's the government getting all this money from to lend these corporations? And isn't this supposed to be the money that was supposed to fix up back the place for the people them who need it the most? We're going to get into that a little bit this morning. There's a men's health crisis in Jamaica, or at least that is what Jamaica health officials are saying. A men's health crisis. So we're going to get into some of that information that was released, and we're going to talk to a Jamaican man them a little bit, our brothers, including myself, right? And then there's a story here about a marriage rescue that ends in romance. Two pastors, and the two pastors are not afraid to show their faces either. A few people, them not afraid to show them face. Two bishops. Apparently, one of them was married and went to the other one with their spouse for marriage counseling, for mediation. She's not listening to me. We're not listening to each other. Please be the person in the middle. Tell me when to stop talk so she can talk. Relay back to me what she said to me so I can understand better. You are here to tell her to shush so I can come across, and then tell me to shush so she can come. That was the person in the middle. The person ends up with the spouse of the couple. Mash up people in marriage, and now they are out in the open. All right. I'm not worried about the video glitching. I'm only worried about the audio glitching at this point. So if the audio non-glitch, I'm not worried. Small business ought to be financially supported too, says Mervin. All right, Mervin, where do I start? You want to start with the marriage story? You want to start? Don't type yet. I'm gonna give you 60 seconds. Do you want to start with the marriage story? Do you want to start with men's health? Or do you want to start with what Mr. Vegas said, or the loan? Remember, we have 2 hours in here. So get to it quick and wait. I'll tell you when to start. You're choosing government loan, Mr. Vegas, men's health, or marriage. I will tell you when to start soon as this 4 turns to 5. Right, that's all. Right, that's all. And boy, every time I do this, I realize how long 1 minute is. I said wait. Hold on. Not yet. We're waiting for the 4 to turn to 5. It's 8:54. I'm happy. Get everybody equal time. Can't make some people start before some people. All right. Hold on. I saw 1 minute long. Start right here. Begin now. And I'm waiting for you to fill up the comment section. You can type as many times. I will just be writing down how many times you type. And I got 1 for health. That is where we start at men's health. And I got another ones for health. I have 2 for loans, 3 for loans. 3 for loans, 1 for marriage, health, and marriage, loan, health, marriage, loan. All right, I see a lot of marriage, a lot of men's health in here as well. All right, men's health, and loan again. We have marriage. That's a 3 marriage right there, so. All right, loan, marriage, men's health, men's health, marriage, loan, marriage, loan, marriage, loan, loan. Rotted, stop. Stop. So how come when time we have to do this, the time go by so fast? When we have to do this and count the time go by so fast, when I'm sitting here waiting for the minute to change from 4 to 5, it felt like I was waiting for 5 minutes for the 1 minute to change. That means that when you're doing anything where you're not too like, you know, if you watch the clock. Because when you watch the clock, let me see how I'm looking at them glasses here. All right. That means that when you watch the clock, the time will go by slower. All right. We're going to go with, so for marriage, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. For loans, men's health, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And for government loan, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have a tie between men's health and government loans. Loan and health are tied. We're going to go with, I'm going to be the tiebreaker. Men's health and loan. We're going to start off with the men's health. All right? And get that out of the way. This should have been done on my brother's keeper, but my brother's keeper is pretty much for all men. It's not just for Jamaican men. But since this is specific to Jamaican men, I figured we would start here. All right? Now, to my brothers, we always say over here that you need to go get your regular checkups and don't be afraid of certain exams because we are actually dying from things that are preventable, first of all, curable next, if they are caught early, and totally unnecessary. All right? So this is just a reminder to the man them. Yesterday I was watching I can't remember her name right now. A lot of you know her name though. She is very heavy on social media now promoting Bellevue and breaking the stigma around mental health in Jamaica and being in a mental health crisis and all that. Buchanan is her last name. Beautiful woman, as her spirit is. But she's the right person for the job. And I'm glad that somebody is doing it, right? Breaking the stigma. Because you know how we stay already in Jamaica. It's a lot of mad out and we have the stigma about people going through their mental health. Anyway, she was having a discussion at a bar where men meet. You might have seen the video. I shared it over the weekend. And inside of the bar was beer man in there sitting at the counter having a discussion. And she said, what it came down to is this. She said, you know, say at Bellevue, them have, I don't remember her number specifically, but I'll give you a number out there. Something like she said, we have about 500 patients at Bellevue. And out of the 500, about 400 of them are man. Is man. And she asked one of the man them, what do you think that's about? And the man said, because we have to deal with UNO. So, Camille Buchanan. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't want to be forgetting her name. All right. Camille Buchanan. They were having a discussion, but from that conversation, I gathered that majority of even the man them down at Bellevue, majority of even the people in Bellevue for treatment are men. So we not talk about mental health this morning and man. We just talk about the stress and pressures and burdens that are placed upon men. Yeah, man, you know, and our culture hold men to a certain standard, a certain degree. When them a cuss you hear them a talk about you can't be no weak jellyback. You have to stand up and be a man. That means a man is expected to stand up under pressure. Man is expected to perform whenever, whether it's performing in the field or in the bed or in wherever you go, you have to perform. Man is expected to protect and provide and all of the above, right? I used to say in our culture, if you see a family mash up, things fall apart, it's always accredited to the man. Look how the man mash up in family. If them say the picnic them out the road and the picnic them look raggedy and they don't look good and your wife not stay good, it no matter if she want to carry herself so, and it don't matter what go on, they're going to say, Lord, look on him family. Him can't even take care of him family. You know, see how him picnic them look. Him. Right? When things are flourishing and beautiful, they attribute all those stuff to the women. They never say, what a strong man, and look how him take care of him beautiful family and make sure say everybody look good. They always say her. Them have a good mother, you know. You see how our picnic them always clean and nice. You know what I'm saying? So the pressures are real. The pressures are real for us as men. All right. Now, it translates now back to even our health, as in with body fat index, the onset of different diseases within us, our lack of knowledge of certain things, and not because we're dumb, because lots of us are very brilliant or at least somewhat smart, but it's a choice. It's a choice. So let me give you some details real quick. A burden that the country cannot afford. This is the headline. Now, the managing director of JN Life Insurance, Hugh Reid, is cautioning that Jamaicans could face significant economic fallouts if more men do not take care of their health seriously, because we're seeming to have what looks like a health crisis among our Jamaican men. Reid, men's health advocate, has charged that men who neglect routine checkups and preventative care, which is pretty commonplace in Jamaica, they are not only a personal risk, but you are also a national issue with far-reaching financial implications. He linked men's health habits to productivity losses and economic strain, and he noted that 1 in 3 Jamaicans is hypertensive. 1 in every 3 Jamaican man is hypertensive. You don't know what hypertensive mean, or to have hypertension? You know, say it is almost given that once you are that there is some level of degree of difficulty with even your manhood standing at attention to perform. You understand? And depending on how severe your degree is, it will be worse and worse and worse till we reach a place where the something just dead, I look down on the ground, or it starts shrivel up. 1 in every 3. 1 in every 8 has diabetes. Oh, no, hear me. And it's important. A man may I talk about, and Jamaican men specifically. And the women need to hear this too, because you play a very big role. I'm going to tell you which role you play. So 1 in every 3 Jamaican men is hypertensive. According to this study, 1 in every 8 is diabetic or has diabetes. And about 1/3 of the population will develop a chronic illness sometime in their lifetime because of the trajectory they are on now and where they are heading with it, right? So the most effective way to reduce these healthcare costs, he said, first and foremost is prevention. Prevention. You know, Granny used to say prevention better than cure. All right. So when men with non-communicable diseases are hospitalized, or they're in worst cases, they die, he said that the consequences extend beyond their family to the wider economy, as many are primary breadwinners already. So you subtract the primary breadwinner from the family, and that family is immediately thrown into chaos. Non-communicable diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, these are largely driven by lifestyle factors, including poor diets, inactivity, smoking, heavy consumption of alcohol, as well as genetics and aging combined. Figures from the Ministry of Health and Wellness shows that these are not numbers we're just pulling from the air. Figures from the Ministry of Health and Wellness shows that 31% of Jamaican men are hypertensive. 31%. 14% of them are obese. and 9% have been diagnosed with diabetes. So far, this is across the entire population, although these rates are slightly lower than among the women. So the woman, them one need to be talked about, but we are going to do that on one different day because the man number actually lower than the women's numbers. I'm laughing, but this is not jokey. This is something serious. It is also noted that Jamaican men have a shorter lifespan, shorter life expectancy than the women, suggesting lower engagement with preventative care is what years of study has revealed to them. These illnesses, they not only strain the healthcare system, he said, but they also wipe out life savings. Men must understand that their health choices affect not just their well-being, but also the financial security of their families and of the country on a whole. He highlighted a long-standing trend of Jamaican men delaying medical care. Reid pointed to research from the University of the West Indies, which found that 68% of Jamaican men over the age of 55 had not visited a healthcare provider in at least the previous year. So years go by without them visiting a healthcare provider, and that is 68%. Meanwhile, about 17% have been hospitalized, and also 35% has received a prostate exam. Only 35% of men over 55 have received a prostate exam. He also pointed to media reports of men hospitalized due to lifestyle-related conditions or stuff like they're injured in a crash because them risky, and we are the one where foot pan gas heavy. They're injured in a crash linked to impaired driving. Burn a big spliff and jump behind the wheel or 2 shot of rum down here so and nothing says nothing wrong with it because uncle 2 shot of rum. Me no drunk man, me alright. And warned that without behavioral changes, the outlook for us remains very troubling. Now, over the next 15 years, Jamaica could lose as much as $74 billion in workforce productivity due to non-communicable diseases, while medical costs from cardiovascular disease and diabetes alone could hit Jamaica for somewhere in the $29.830 billion. This is a burden that the country simply cannot afford. He further noted a gap in financial preparedness, with men significantly less likely to invest in life insurance or critical illness coverage. We've talked about this on SouFLoTV before, where we're trying to get our men to be proactive, especially where life insurance is concerned. This is for everybody anyway. Me just dry with it. You go dead one day. And most of we don't know when the day is coming where we are go dead. So we tell ourselves that we are going to live a long life and happy life and we're going to live forever and all these things. And you're going to live till them son you, You have about 60 years left because you don't reach 55 already. So 100 and something you go. And some of you are going to drop out soon. I don't pray that over nobody's life, but death is inevitable. So in the process, why not get you some life insurance coverage? Especially for those of us who are going to be leaving behind. God willing, we go first. Because I don't want to bury none of my picnic them. So I hope and pray that I go first. So things fall in order. And we know that life don't normally go like that 100%, right? Right. So why not shore up yourself and shore up your family's security with some life insurance? A whole heap we spend money frivolously and foolishness. So that little money there is an easy life insurance policy payment, Now, he further noted that there is a gap in financial preparedness, with men significantly less likely to invest in life insurance. The woman them out here very invested in their life insurance policies. Women outnumber men 2 to 1 in our client base, he said. What is concerning, because when breadwinners fall ill or die, Families often face severe financial hardship. We've seen this all the time. My life was nice, and then I was about 11 years old, and my father passed away, and then my life changed because my sister them had to go live with my grandmother down the country, and I had to stay up here with my uncle, and my mother had to fly out and go so and so because you see the family ain't together no more, and these types of stories happen all the time. The main breadwinner, caretaker, provider who is the glue that keeps that family together, him drop out, but him drop out with no backing for the family. So now his whole family, he's been trying so hard to keep together, as splintered. That's one of the first things that actually happens. Life insurance is not just a policy, it's a safety net. Now, supporting the call for action, physician Dr. Earl Brewster, he stressed the importance of regular medical checkup for early detection and management of non-communicable diseases. He said, us men, my brother them, I talk to you, we need to adopt better health-seeking behaviors, said Dr. Brewster. Life expectancy for Jamaican men is maxed out at 72 years. 72. The woman them not much older neither, because for them max out at 76. Risk increased significantly in our men though, in their 40s and above. And again, heightened risk in their 60s. Simple steps like maintaining healthy weight throughout your life, staying active, and doing annual checkups, these can make a meaningful difference. He recommended comprehensive annual assessments, including cardiovascular screening, including blood sugar tests, including liver and kidney function tests, including thyroid testing, vitamin level assessment, and PSA testing for prostate cancer. For men over 50, Dr. Brewster also advises a colonoscopy every 10 years. That one package right there, I am going to repeat that again because we've had this discussion before, and I said to my Jamaican people that when I talk to the man them, I said, when you go to the doctor and you get an annual checkup, please make sure that you are actually getting an annual checkup. Please make sure you don't go to a lazy doctor who is taking your money and all him do is tell you, hold up your head, so. And him feel under your chin and him say, okay, no lymph nodes swollen. All right, pull down your clothes. All right, your balls them still did it. All right, pull up back your pants. All right, put the stethoscope on your chest and say, and then put it on your back and say, all right, cough for me. All right, cough again. All right, and him write up a report and say you're healthy and send you gone. That is not, that I hope you're not getting them kind of sitting here. I've had that done to me before. And I was like, that's not a whole checkup. I want a whole checkup. So there are times when you have to demand that it be done or find somebody else to go do it, right? All right. Now, again, he recommends a comprehensive annual assessment. Listen, so you can go ask your doctor for these if you're not getting these. You need a cardiovascular screening. You need a blood sugar test. You need a liver and kidney function checks. You need thyroid testing. You need vitamin level assessments. You need a PSA testing for prostate cancer, very important. And this is for men over 50. I would say if you are 40 and up, this is for you. Because we all know that these non-communicable diseases have been taking out our men especially at an alarming rate, who are way younger than the average age where these are supposed to be a problem at. When you notice young people are dying from disease where we used to think was old people disease. One time gone, when you hear say a man have prostate cancer and them are passed and they're on their last, you were looking to see, okay, so that a grandpa, uncle, your granduncle Cause them in them late 70s, in them early mid 80s, some of them in them 90s, them kind of age there. If you check right now the landscape, the healthcare landscape, majority of the people them are them 40s and 50s are right in there. So them there just past 40 and somewhere up into mid 50s. And that's where it's at. So I would advise you to even go start getting that done earlier. These tests are widely available and they're often covered by insurance. Early detection is critical, especially for those who are already living with conditions like hypertension or any level of diabetes. Now, there's an old saying that when you see a man at the doctor, it's because he's very ill or because someone brought him there. We need to change that mindset. Most of us, Jamaican men especially, you know what is our warning sign to go see the doctor? Our warning sign to go see the doctor is when you can't stand up no more. I mean, I talk about stand up on your 2 foot them. Is when you can't stand up on your little soldier no more. Your little soldier now get up no more is when Jamaican men usually get alarmed. Most of them. You see, as long as everything else could be falling out of whack. Him could have a big lump in him neck side, him massage it and drink tea and pray about it and all kind of sitting and wait for it to go down. Him could have one lump on him spine. Him not care say it could be cancerous. Him I'm back and him stretch it out and massage it out and take a couple days for work and rest a little bit, and it could be anything. He's not going. Make him till he can't turn up. Him find doctor fast, you pay. Him there doctor tomorrow. Doctor ask when last you had a full checkup. Him can count back a decade or more. 10 years and plus me no go doctor. We have to change that. There's an old saying that when you see a man at the doctor, it seems to be, especially a Jamaican man, it seems to be because he's very ill or because someone carry him come there. And we need to change the mindset. We must take responsibility for our health, not only for ourselves, but for our families, declared Dr. Brewster, which I absolutely agree with. Those stats out of the University of the West Indies are definitely alarming. The number of us men who have something wrong with me, high blood pressure, or blood pressure problems, and hypertension, cholesterol issues, and all these other kind of things. Now, for the women, this is where you come in, right? Especially those who are in a relationship or those men who have been in a long-term relationship. Yeah, your woman there, I bounce it for years now, right? And you can brag and say, yeah, man, I'm and Chile now over a decade now we are going and thing, right? Usually, our relationships have roles. I mean, man still cook food every now and then and might still help with laundry and help with the baby, the man, this, that, and the other. But traditionally, we have our role and she has her role. It almost is unspoken in our culture that you get into a relationship with, say, a Jamaican, this is how things are going to be, right? The woman is expected to do, so it's Caribbean life. The woman is expected to do XYZ, them they are a man job, and the man is expected to do XYZ. Those aren't women jobs. Even though we cross paths, because you want to help out in other ways, but majority off. So, the woman, them, I've said this to my brothers before, that your woman will cook you to death. Your woman will cook you to death. She will be the very reason why you have hypertension, high blood pressure, clogged arteries, high cholesterol, you're on your way to diabetes, you're pre-diabetic, stroke, all that. Because she put a pound of butter, a ton of mayonnaise, a pound of salt, everything she cook is just the way how it's cooked. You know what I'm saying? There is no health concern. There is no planning for longevity in mind. It's just everything have to taste good. It have to taste like how my granny make it when time I did little and I grew up. It have to taste like how my mother make it and I want to taste just like how mommy own taste. And when I realize that is largely what contributes to a lot of this problem, right? A lot of young people are dying of cancer. It's crazy. First time we used to see old people. Cancer used to be an old people thing. First time you would say only the elders, right? And now it's young people. Colonics are needed, colonoscopy or a colon cleanse, colon irrigation. Colonics are needed too. Too many big bellies. Increase in fiber intake too, says MP. And this all comes from the diet. This all comes from the diet. If you check a plate, we come out of Jamaica, you go see whole heap of starch and whole heap of protein. Protein and starch. You don't see much fiber. And we tell ourselves, and nowadays people eat a lot of rice, especially white rice. We say people yam white rice like 7 days a week. And whole heap of meat. My healthcare provider said to me that the amount of times that she's examined me, that she knows my body better than my own woman. And we both burst out laughing. All right, Bob. So you have a woman healthcare worker provider. And Kingston, that is true. Sometimes we just not trust doctors, especially for those of us who are living overseas in foreign countries, and we are in the demographic of what they call black men. And then we have to go to doctor now, and especially those who are living in places where black is like the only fly in the buttermilk. You're the only one black there. Majority population is other than. I'm one of those who are very skeptical about taking myself to them people that, because I feel like they're going to experiment on me, or misinform me purposely. Like if something wrong with me and them see it, they're going to act like they don't see it because they want to see how much it can progress, how fast it can progress, and them kind of something there. You remember the Tuskegee experiment when they injected them with syphilis and they would come back every week, they would come back, not every month, they would come back every week, and they would come back saying, hey, I have this condition right here, it's getting worse, and they would document the day them inject them, then them document, okay, the first time they came back, there were no lesions on the skin yet, but visible was discharge from the tip of the penis, then them document the next week, okay, sores are starting to form, then them document there's increase in the amount of pus coming out the penis or something that looks like pus, a pus-like substance. Then them document there are visible sores on the sexual organ of the patient now, and these sores are starting to crater because the sore them start get big and them start dig out, and it look ugly until the whole genitalia turns into one big sore. No treatment them now, them just still on there watch you suffer and document. I'm afraid of them. I am very afraid of them. Give you half or expired medication. Yeah, redate the medication and give you the expired medication. All kind of something them can do to it. Right, rice and heavy ground food too are attributions too. I think heavy ground food, I don't want to say I'm no expert on nutrition like that, but I think rice is more probably damaging if you're eating whole heap of rice 7 days a week. But me have a question, because Asian people eat rice 7 days a week, and their population is not morbidly obese in majority of. They are small people majority of them have small bodies. So how come the rice affect we in a that way then? But it don't affect them that way. And then for ground food now, where I come from in Jamaica is a farming district. And I hardly see any morbidly obese. A matter of fact, I don't know nobody where me come from where morbidly obese or that is obese. I genuinely am thinking right now, can't point out one person We're in the hills of Clarendon, and I can point out one person where big on morbidly obese. If I go outside right now in Florida where I'm at, as soon as I put my foot out that door, I can start point out people. Just so. Can't point nobody out where I come from. And those people mostly eat yam, dasheen, breadfruit, cocoa, green banana, ripe banana, and we have a whole heap of fruits that grow on our trees. So throughout the day, them snack on fruits, whatever fruits are in season. And then, of course, we have with callaloo and pak chow and cabbage and, all them other something that we complement and goes along with the foods. So I don't really think ground food. I don't know if it's I don't want to talk bad about ground food, but from what I've seen, the people them in good health and none of them not sick out, and that's where they live long. That's where they live long also. You say I do a 36-hour fast once a week and I can see the benefits. 36 hours, just water. Right, Dorothy? Dorothy T, just water for 36 hours. Nisha, big up yourself. Nisha said I was talking about this with my husband and bro last night while watching World Cup with Japan. Them eat rice, but not fat, or do they have a big belly? Right. And the people them who live at Jamaica too. Me see one brother pack up him plate. That plate they did have beer, yam and green banana, something on it. Matter of fact, Jamar the farmer on Instagram. Jamar plate pack up and me say it's dinner that, and Jamar said, no, this is breakfast because it was morning. And him say, boy, some heavy work me put on in the bush there, because he's a farmer, right? A man pack up him plate, yam, banana, dasheen, whatever the panda plate there, and one whole heap of meat and sitting. And him eat off the whole light. And me I say, if I eat that right now, I'm going to sleep right now. He said, no, man, you have to get up and go work. So I don't know if it's the lifestyle. Like, if you notice, right, for those of us who are living in foreign, we don't walk anymore, We do not walk anymore. We walk to the mailbox. We might walk around the grocery store. Some of we not even walk around the grocery store. We pull up at the grocery store, them have them little ride-along cart there with the basket in the front, and that's some we use our shop. But think about this. I want you to think about this. For those of us who are living overseas, we don't walk anymore. Remember when you there at Jamaica before you reach foreign? We used to go pick up mail. And when we are going to pick up mail, we have to go to post office. And the post office far. I walk down the post office, come back from post office. I go to Christiana, go buy some things, come back in. Now, if I'm in Jamaica, I realize it, because I'm there in Jamaica, one time I see Auntie Cutie say, I go down and shop down there, so you come? And I say, go down at the shop? Down there, so? Now, from her gate, we can look and see the shop. I would say it's about 150 meters. 100 meter being the 100-meter sprint. Everybody can relate to the distance of that, right? Just 100-meter sprint, like a bolt sprint 100 meter. So add the next 50 meters to that. And she walk down the store and I say, no, Auntie Cutie. Me now walk out there, so. Now I'm afraid to walk out there too, because this is down at Westmoreland where the bike them fly past you 100 miles per hour and the car them fly past you to like them a race pan. Fast and Furious movie role. So, me no want to walk out there and get licked down, but I wasn't going to walk it anyways because I thought it was too far. So, I said, jump in the car and make we drive go down there. I said, no, man, you can't see it from right there. So, I said, and that's when I realized, I was like, damn, we don't even walk no more. If it across the street, we jump in the car and drive across the street, go get it. So, that's one of the main things, And I see Jamar full up in plate with a whole heap of food, the yam, and him said this a white yam, and this right there, so a piece of Sylvids and a piece of yellow yam and 2-finger banana and this, that, early in the morning with some chicken back and thing. And him said most people would have said, too much food this for breakfast. But me need the fuel, because when me reaching at the bush, there's some heavy work me I go put on. They work, they walk. We don't. And that is one of the biggest things. And you would be surprised to know, how them calories they add up quickly. And that's why we start get the big belly and all these things, because we don't move around no more. Right? Through SouFlo, when I was working, I had no problem losing weight. And since I stopped working, I'm having a problem with my weight. Right. Like when I was taking contracts. If you go back to my old videos on SouFLoTV, when I was taking contracts and traveling, every day when I went into a medical facility, me have to go get all of the patient them that is on my treatment list for therapy. And me I work in some big medical facility where I have multiple wings of hallways that are long. And I got to go get Mr. Jones from down at 104 and then walk him, come up at the therapy room, do film therapy session, carry him, go back down there, walk, go over 105, go get Mrs. So-and-so. And see when me stop, live on the air with SouFlo, good morning.
Hey, morning, SouFlo. The call-in morning.
Yeah, man, it's always a call-in morning, but this morning we only have 2 hours, so whoever I call in gets 5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, go on, like, all is well?
Yeah.
All right.
Jamaica, the culture a bit too bad. But right now, if you try to have a Jamaican man about food, as soon as you start talking to them, it's like throwing it at the other one. Because they've had a care, they feel them invincible at the first problem. They feel that
where is that?
They feel as if they're invincible. They're ignorant from a way where they feel as if it's sickness of other people. No, man, I'm good, man. I feel good and healthy.
Yeah, that is our mindset. And that is what the doctor was saying is also our problem.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel as if I mean the habit. I must say, every Jamaican need to fly out. When they fly out, don't go into the Jamaican community. Go somewhere else for a while. Why do you get the brains partner where you know, where you think you believe? You know what I mean? Right now, go and Google Jamaica, regular man like some taxi man, them and some man now and say, yo, start healthy, man. Start with fried food. Eat more vegetable. Keep the food fresh. They may laugh at me. What are you talking about? Am I idiot? Cook fry up my food. Yeah, I'm top nice. Yeah, we have to live like ignorance way. We don't know how to get out of it. You know what I mean?
So what do you think about the woman them and the role they play? Because the statistics show that the woman them not too far from the man them either. They're saying that there's a there's a health crisis in Jamaica as far as the men are concerned. But the women in numbers aren't far behind either. Now, in most cases, the woman them do the cooking and them kind of something there. So may I say that your woman can cook you to death. And she'll cook herself to death too.
But what the woman try to please the man them. Any other man them say, you what? Don't put the food in my house again. And every man does the same thing. Jamaica clean up. Woman healthy, man healthy.
Me don't think so.
Yeah, man. Yes, SouFlo.
I don't think no woman that try to please no man them nothing. I think she had to cook for herself too. And have to cook according to her liking too.
The man them always lead. They lead bad or they lead good. But man always lead. Believe that. If man decides that we're going to change cooking and things, if you want to change society, why man do this now? If you want to change the black dynamic and how the black people live, you have to influence the man them and condition the man them and fuck up the whole black community. Just damage the man them and everything crash. What man most of the man lead? Once you can teach the man them, you start eat healthy and the man them take things serious. Woman look up to them and start eat healthy also.
All right. Me and you share a difference there, so. Because I said that backwards, or I said that differently. I think the woman them, that's where it's at, and it's not blaming the women. It's just saying that the women are the actual leaders. Like they are the actual influencers, not leaders. They're the actual influencers. So everything is influenced by women. May I give you an example what we are talking about yesterday? I think it was when we were having the tight clothes and tight pants per man discussion. anytime a man did come out with a tight pants, a woman say, hey, we don't want that around here. That not look good. I bet you say tight pants would have never been a thing. But because man put on tight pants and woman say, boy, you look good, you know. All of the man them started wearing tight pants and tight pants became a thing. It's kind of like when a promoter is advertising a party. Him not put man pan him flyer them and him poster them. Him put woman, him all put woman that's not going to be there. Him use famous woman pictures in them G-string and them tight clothes and them this, that and the other. And the man them look on the flyer and say, wow, them kind of woman they are there at the party, yo brother, we have to forward. It's like women influence everything. Once a woman say, me no want that, it not gonna happen. So most of the time, me think that even in their cooking, a man don't even want to say, I don't like the way you cook so and so. Because she have so many ways it can backfire upon you. You know, me there in the house, I clean up and me cook for you and everything, and you're so unappreciative. You just come in here and come criticize the food and everything like that. So the man just nyam it and done.
I feel them say, the man that say, me is it, if I make me go do my checkup, my wife knows that dog put certain things on plate again. If I see you do it, I look for you certain way. It's like she should know, because I leave the family, I rule the family. She never came up, she just cook us one, cook and say, hey, look, all this nice food, come eat. No, I tell her, no, I don't want it to eat.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So the man, as them say, you really good or you live bad. And the man will safely because they call him jelly back man, woman them same bit. I that can work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can stand up, yo. I'm telling you, Zane.
All right, listen. Me, I'll give you 1 more minute because you're 5 minutes gone, you know, bro. But you'll be talking in between. Me not say nothing going.
Yeah. Just remember, sir, white man then focus on the black man when they want to F up the black community. That's all I'm going to say. Big up yourself.
All right, manners and respect.
All right, go ahead.
All right, and check it. Again, you hear what him just said? Him said the white man them focus on the black community when they are undermining or effing up the black community, and that's not true. They focus on the black woman when they are effing up the black community. It's not gone in a while. That the conversation they would have taken up the whole of 2 hours of having. But let me break it down for you in a 1 minute. So they focus on the black woman, and you get into her head, you splinter the whole family. You get her to go sideways, you splinter the whole family. A disagreeable woman inside of a house, she no longer adheres to anything the leader or the man of her house has say, right? And she's influenced heavily by whatever him have a dangle out there in front of her and boosting her up, telling her, you can be independent, it's okay to be a single mom, you can do it on your own. You have all kind of stuff, you have government assistance, this, that, and the other. You can collect welfare, you can get this, that, right? Next thing she come home, I don't want you in my house, nigga, I don't need you, nigga, I don't this, that, nigga. And then boom, turmoil and strife start. Him can't stay in the house no more because it turned in a hell with him disagreeable woman him left. She becomes a single mom with them kids in the house. Focus on she first, right? And make she mash up the family first. It just, anyway, I the woman, brother, in my eyes, now we'll respectably agree to disagree and keep it moving because you have your views and I have mine, and I'm not shooting down yours. I'm just telling you how mines go. All right? So, enough of the talk of the men's health. What it comes down to is this, because we're going to move on to our next topic. Somebody says, SouFLo, I live in the US and I walk at least twice daily. And many of the people who walk in the same park are also from the Caribbean. That's good. We're not saying that there aren't any. That's a good thing. Even when I'm in Jamaica, I see people walking. You know, I always stay in like nice communities. So I see people I walk. Even in my country, I see people I walk all the time. The elder people, them just go out the road, man, just stretch my foot and go up. So, and them go walk. And when we're there at Jamaica now, we walk more. When we reach foreign now, we don't walk much again. It have to do with a different type of life, a different scheduling of life, how we view life differently. You know what I mean? You have to go work all day. Some people are work double. When you come home from work, you don't want to go in no gym. You don't want to go walk again. You don't walk down the people them hospital and walk down the people them facilities all day, walk down them grocery store, walk down them warehouse whole day. You kick up your foot and rest, because you have to go back and do it tomorrow. And I don't know, exercise walk that way you did that. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, family. What go on?
Good day, Anna. You love me, you know? I love you.
You love me today?
I love you all the time. I wouldn't be with you. I wouldn't have such a long relationship with you.
Yeah.
But guess what happened?
What?
Men, they are adults, right?
Yeah.
They are not children. Women give birth to them, yes. But they are not children. So once you become an adult, it's all being responsible. Take responsibility. Oh, Shakira cook you a big plate of pork, oxtail, chicken what may not even the best choice. But I don't want that. Can I get a piece of salmon just smeared in the pot, put in the oven, a little vegetable, no oil? Can't you say that? So you say she's cooking. Any woman, let me not single out her this morning. Any woman that is cooking, right? Babes, cook this for me. Give me vegetable, no oil, right? Plant-based meal, juice, green juice. I want this. Cook that for yourself. Because you said they are cooking, they are the provider. Why can't the man say that?
Why can't the man say that? Because I know that she want. And he know that is not that she want.
No, women are known to cook more than one meals.
Really?
So, yes. I categorically say that out loud.
Okay.
Yes, they cook more than one meal. So you don't want the chicken, the pork, the beef.
So you
as a piece of fish.
You as a woman, right? You have a family you're raising with your man, right? You are gonna cook 2 different dinner every day?
Yes, not 2 different dinner. No, you cook, but all right, suppose you're gonna have the regular amount of salt. So you're not gonna cook 2 pot of rice, 1 barely salt, 1 having the regular amount of salt. You're going to cook it.
Then a 2 pot that, 1 barely
no,
regular,
listen,
1 having extra.
That's what I said to you. So you're not going to cook 2 pots. So this is when you're going to what you call it, you know? You're going to negotiate this and say, okay, instead of me cooking 2 pots, I'm going to have less salt in my pot. So we have 1 pot. So therefore, it accommodates the man with having less salt. So that means to say you cook 1 pot. So the salt is not good for you in any way or form. So you say, okay, having less intake of salt is much better. So I'll say, okay.
Oh no, y'all women are good at talking.
You're not good at talking, SouFLo.
Listen,
let me tell you what, man.
Hold on. Y'all women are good at talking. I'm not talking about just you. So me not single you out because me don't know you like that. I'm saying majority of women out here will not go home and cook 2 friggin' meals every day. You gonna eat what I cook and that's it. Let's be honest. She ain't going over there preparing 2 set of meals. This is for me and the kids, and I gotta keep honey healthy, so I'm gonna do this, that, and the other for him. Let's be really honest and realistic now. And if the man that ever said, you know what, I think I'm going vegan. I want a plant-based diet and raw juices only, and that woman goes, I don't like them nasty ass juice that you be drinking. It just don't taste good. And the raw vegan stuff, that's not for me. I want some meat. She a go cook where she and the picnic them want, and the man a figure nyam where she cook. And then there comes the part where she's going to turn it into a turmoil thing. Like he's so unappreciative. I clean up, I cook, I take care of the kids. This motherfucker still got something to complain about. Cook your own damn food. That's what it's going to come down to. If you want to be realistic.
We compromise.
So when you talk is fantasy, or maybe 1 and 2 women out there who will accommodate that. Like my granny, Miss Ruby, but she dead and gone. But
SouFLo,
majority of women ain't that.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I can tell you that.
And
listen to me. Man don't control themselves. You said Shakira cook, you name a plate of bacon, and the bacon sweet, and you go back on them. If she's supposed to tell her not to eat anymore, and even if she tell you,
not to eat
you're
anymore,
going back. I see that you're still going back. So who is in control?
Yeah, man, me not blame she for that, but
I would say blaming someone.
I would say, okay, so for this, my story is, right? Let's get personal. So when I first met her, she used to cook, right? And then she would share my food, and she would say to me that she had portioned my food properly. So she used to bring some little bit of food, come give me. So when time she done share out the food, and me yam it off, me go back and share more for myself. And she was like, oh, you're going back in the pot again. And that's above your portion. And I'm like, yeah, that little bit of food the way I cook.
And I can tell you the same thing with me.
Me hold that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Me hold that. But is what food was cooked. Because if it was all vegan and we did go back in there for extra, we wouldn't not get fat.
But did you ask her to say, babes, let's try vegan? Did you say, it's 2 persons, you know? So did you say, babes, let's try vegan?
Yeah, we've done that.
No.
We've done
this is what we need for man to do. This is a family platform, right? You see yourself getting out of hand. Okay. I'm going to help myself, and babes, you help me.
Hold on there. Hold that thought there. Don't lose your train of thought. Somebody said, choose a woman who cooks healthy from the start. Unfortunately, not everybody comes well packaged together. She cooks healthy. She is balanced in her mental state. She has good conversations. She has great sexual energy, etc., etc. Somehow, when you can cook healthy from the start, everything else missing. So, you know why you want somebody else. In rather take one bad cook, but she know if you skin it out and bust it wide open. May I just tell you the truth? Right? Yes. So it's hard to find one with everything all attached. No, sir?
Yes. Definitely. Nothing is perfect. So that's why we got to compromise. So that's why you got to pull your weight and help to and say, okay, I'm going to change my diet. Babe, assist me. Remember, the woman have a lot of responsibility. So do you. So we want help to meet each other halfway.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I can't argue with that at all. You're
that is what I would love to see.
You're ending nice. You're ending nice. I'm like,
yes,
yes,
definitely. Like because no, I mean, we can do so much, and not much more, because my half had us to say, come, we're going to the doctor. Is him feeling sick, not me feeling, but the energy was on me, draining on me. So, man, I need for you guys to take responsibility. Same like going on no son of puppy stand up. And if you're going to somewhere warm and that don't want, the man who want ladies, take the same responsibility with your health as well. And when we are going to natural stuff, please take it as well. No, this not tastes good. And you want what we eating. We always prepare something. Bye. Have a great morning.
Big up yourself later.
Yeah.
All right, so have a wonderful morning, my friend. Big up yourself. She went for 7 minutes and 36 seconds, right? And everybody is supposed to get a 5 minute. And I can't be a hypocrite, but her 7 minutes and 36 seconds was well spent. it was well spent. I'll start forget to look on the phone for see time. Healthy cooking. What a commenter said, talk to SouFLo. Going to be a change in diet, then the whole house is on it. If there's going to be a change in diet, then the whole household got to be on it. Healthy cooking is essential. My Jamaican mom turned vegetarian and we still eat meat. And she would cook one dish with meat, but more veggie dishes, and we enjoyed it. All right? For conversation's sake, I was putting that out there. But honestly, there are ways that you can do it. Like I could steam a big pot of vegetables and then cook meat on the side, and the family can have meat with vegetables, and I don't just have vegetables because that me feel for today, just some steamed veggies, no one bag of meat, or I'm letting meat go for a couple of days, give my system a chance to regulate itself. Because so every time you eat up a whole heap of meat, your system they fight it to grind up the meat and process it, bring it back out. That's why when you poop, your poops will stink. Because, especially for meat eaters, I don't know if you know that. Especially for meat eaters, when you fart stink like that because meat are rotten in your belly. Because it's not all of the oxtail where you eat Sunday come out in another one doodle there where you go doodle, that load there where you drop. More oxtail still in your belly. And it just like how if you put on meat somewhere and you see it rancid and then it spoil and then it smells stink. The same thing will happen one time you consume it and you're not take no regular washout. That's another thing. You know, here's the biggest thing for us. The biggest thing for us, I think, is we know, but we don't do. And that's the biggest thing. And not like we don't know. We know. Majority of us are intelligent people. We know. We're just not doing. And putting things into practice is where the challenge becomes challenging. Not true? Man don't like DR. What that mean? People need to change their palate because people dying from these diseases. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, moving right along now to the next one. Since we started out talking about men and men's health, the ending message for that segment is men, especially Jamaican men. I will widen it to Caribbean men. I will widen it to black men because these drawbacks and these habits we have are not just unique to Jamaican men. We just started talking about Jamaican men since Ayad we come from. For those of you who don't know, who are just joining, this scenery you see behind me right here is one of the places that I myself spent a week at in Jamaica, and it is called the West Ender Inn in West End Negril. It is as you can see, you know, the place nice. So from now on, I'm going to be showing off different places in Jamaica behind me on screen, just to remind some people what they're missing. For those of you who fling stone behind you and decide, say, you're good over here, so and you're not going back there. So, yeah, the place is beautiful. You're missing out. Anyway, only fish and veggies for me for years now, says Kingson. Big up yourself for that. Going full vegan soon. We need you men to take control of your health. Point blank and period. Moving right along onto something else. I could talk about the Petrojam, because that was the second one. These two topics were tied, and I chose to go with the men's health first. I could talk about Petrojam now and the amount of money that is floating around the place. So over the weekend, I saw where it said that the Jamaican government has loaned Petrojam $3.3 billion for cash flow assistance. It says the Jamaican government provided state-owned oil refinery, Petrojam, with a $3.3 billion loan for cash flow assistance. This bailout follows heavy market volatility and the company's decision to absorb up to $21 of the average $59 per liter. In other words, gas price gone up. And Petrojam over there, like they are fighting to survive. So the government did what they are calling a bailout and handed them a $3.3 billion loan. Remember, say the government own it, you know. So them, in essence, they loaned their self $3.3 billion to bail out Petrojam, right? Not to forget, most recently, they also loaned JPS $150 million US. This is the same Jamaican government where when Hurricane Melissa blew down round one part and place of Jamaica the other day and left how many people displaced, they said, we don't have any money to recuperate from this. World, help us, please. They got a lot of money for help. And now these big loans are going out to these places. Let me tell you what my gripe is. Straight to the point. My gripe is this. The people them who needed the help the most after the hurricane are still there, still needing the help just the same. They have not been helped. But monies are going out to these corporations. And I'm thinking priorities are messed up. Because shouldn't these people be taken care of first? Because that is what these monies were brought in to do, right? Some people are saying, I saw one person who said, here comes the big idiot them now. I got to talk about them shouldn't be allowed Petrojam, or them shouldn't give Petrojam the $3.3 billion. Okay, well, I guess I don't want to spend a lot of money on gas. Use the money to do what the money is supposed to do. It's very convenient for them to use the money whenever them feel like use the money to do whatever they feel like doing. Y'all remember one time the woman got burnt up the other day, and I said, and her family was appealing for donations so they can fly her overseas. They found a facility in the United States of America who deal with severe burn victims, and they said, bring her, come, we'll take care of her, but you're gonna have a bill. So you guys got to find the bill to get her to us, and then we'll take care of her for you. The Jamaican government sit down there and make the woman dead. And I did a video where I said they sat and watched her die. And knowing that we don't have a burn unit on the island, and here's some big idiot now. Well, the money that you are talking about that the government should have just taken some from, that money came in to do something specific. Oh, so how convenient now. So the money came in to do something specific. When you walk with me, you know, the money came in to do something specific. That means that money came in to fix up the places that got torn up by Hurricane Melissa. When you couldn't use just a little bit of it to help that family there to save that woman's life, because the money was for something specific. Can we apply that same thing to the money wasn't for Petrojam? Can we apply that same thing to the money wasn't for any other thing else except for to fix up the place after the hurricane ravaged the place and left people displaced? Remember, I don't know, a little bit of ravaging going with Hurricane Melissa, when we saw the videos and the pictures after, a lot of us were stunned. I never seen roads split in two like that, and like it looked like there was an explosion under the ground that caused some roads to lift up and burst in a two, and these kind of things. It created craters. Remember when we were covering that and I said something else happened in Jamaica? This wasn't just no hurricane. Hurricane, no matter how strong the wind is, it can't bust up road in a two and them sitting there. The place didn't mash up. So why can't the money that came in for that purpose be just for that purpose? How come it's cool when they can use it for whatever they feel like using it for, then give us whatever excuse they want to give us and we must take it? And then the big idiot people them that support that are the same people who open their mouth to say, when it's time to save a life, well, him can't just take out the money there because that money is specific for something. Now, make no sense. That's exactly what it is, Audrey. That never important to them. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Oh, good for the morning.
Morning, family. What going?
Why we have behave like this and in same government before elections so they have enough money to fix every single road in Jamaica?
Thank you, sir. Wait there. Repeat that again. They said what?
The same government that said
Andrew
they have
specifically
money
said it.
to fix every single road in Jamaica, not touch the road.
To fix
it, repave it.
Let me repeat what the Prime Minister said, brother. When it was time to win votes, he said, money is not the problem, Money is not the issue. We have enough money to fix every road in Jamaica. Every single road in Jamaica. The problem is getting the money into the right hands. That's what he said. So we went from that to what?
To this very government that give out money. And let's not forget, Petrojam is not a company that's broke. They don't need a bailout. Petrojam make a profit every year. So people are pretending like they don't have the money to allocate to the money need to allocate. It's just that the government just move around the money in a so much chance. So when they go to do an audit, it's just all over the place. And we could give 5 billion over here, so we give 3 billion over here, so we give 200 million over here, so.
Petrojam is state-owned. Petrojam is state-owned, so it would make sense that they would give them 3.3 billion, right? Because for them sinting anyway.
I understand that, but it's not where Petrojam doesn't make a profit. What does Petrojam do with their profit that they make every year?
Right. Well, what I'm trying to say to you is I thief the money. That's
of course I thief the money.
Yeah, that me I try saying in other words. I thiefing the money. And
but then just say the man them just move around the money all over the place.
Move around all over the place, brother.
No, go on.
Why?
Yo, and the thing is, and the government that problem, you know? And people them with the short-term memory.
The people them.
And short-term memory are a problem, bro.
That is the biggest part that you will have to face about Jamaica. Is that
the
people them. Is what the people them allowed to happen is happening. But
and nobody not care.
Nobody not care again.
And then they must say, like them quote a message where like half I people them are parity and other parishes from the coastal area to the relocate. People living at the area there after the relocate. And nobody not say nothing. Kind of for them place.
Let me give Roxanne some extra attention. Roxanne, I'm sure you never heard me say, quote unquote, Jamaicans are idiots. Or all Jamaicans are idiots. So I don't know why I left a comment.
It's a short-term memory.
Like that.
Not remembrance what happened. So when the next election come around, you know, just work for 6 months and you say Prime Minister do good. That's always so when I say Jamaican skipping.
But you know what? It gone beyond that. It gone beyond that. It's not even short-term memory. And this is why it's disappointing. It is not even short-term memory. Them remember, but them still cool with it. Them know, but them still cool with it. They know when they are being wronged by who they choose and what side they have aligned themselves. That's the part of me not like. Them know. Them not forget, brother. I no short-term memory, nothing. Them not have amnesia. Them not forget nothing. Them remember. Them know. Them choose. Brother, them choose that.
Man, every time you healing come and lick your back and your back and you start them and you remember?
Them remember. Them well remember. That's what I tell you. It's not a memory thing. They choose. Me hear Jamaican people say already, me I go on with the evil when me know. Cause if we vote for the next side, who's to say if we're not gonna get worse? So me I go on with what we have.
And that's one of the things we keep in a certain predicament. We don't know when to jump ship. And then beat that down now. The devil, you know, better than the angel, you know.
See it there. See it there.
So you never go meet the angel. We are going to change the situation. You're going to stick to the devil and just go and hold you up. It's just the fear of the unknown.
Yes. Yes. That right.
All right, Father, I think we need to talk to me.
Manners and respect, my brother. All right. So, yeah, man. When I said that them idiot here, I'm going off of, you have to follow the conversation, and I'm giving you grace because you're probably tuned in after, you know, when you jump in a people conversation, like in a middle conversation, and you're going to take up seat in there, and then take precedence and start putting your sense when you don't know how the first half of the conversation went. It's just like when I'm watching movies, right? If my wife sit down in her living room and she watch a movie, and she halfway through the movie already, me not even bother watching. Because me miss half a movie already. If I miss the first 10, 15 minutes of the movie, I don't want to watch it no more. Because me don't know what going on in the movie, and she is invested in seeing the whole movie, and she don't have time to catch me up to speed so I can understand exactly what going on in the movie. It's the same thing for conversations. So when you jump in here and said, stop calling Jamaicans idiots, I never said, I am a Jamaican myself. I don't call myself no idiot. I'm telling you that there are people out there who said, watch the big idiot them now. And then I said, those people are idiots. Now watch them try to make excuse for this. But anyway, enough of that. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Morning, family. Fix up your phone for me. I don't know if you have us on speaker, Bluetooth, something.
Oh, hang on. Hang on.
Hello?
Yeah, is that any better?
Yeah, that's good. You're loud and clear.
Okay. I'm phoning from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
I've been following you for a while. And I love
UK
the
family.
information. I love the information what you put out.
Same.
Yeah. Hey, this government thing. You know the government with the money.
Yeah, there's a lot of money being moved around, and there was a lot of money that came in after. Let me make everybody understand what page we're on here. A lot of money came in after Hurricane Melissa. Right before that, the money came in. Our government declared that we did not have the financial wherewithal to help ourselves to restore ourselves after the damage the hurricane had caused. And because of that, they cashed out insurance bonds, they got donations, they raised money through drives. A significant amount of money was accumulated, right? They've given us different sums here, there, and from time and time again. Now, all of a sudden, all the places that were damaged after, none of those places have been completely restored yet. And we're 6 months in, going 7 months in. None of those places have been completely restored yet. Not all the people who needed help badly, if they did not have the resources to take care of it themselves, they are still in dire need, just like when that hurricane had hit. Now, we are watching the government all of a sudden have lots of money to start moving around to other government entities or other entities that they are a part of and get a kickback from. Like they gave JPS the $150 million US dollars.
Yep.
And call that a loan. And y'all see what happened the other day, right? When the warship, the U.S. warship left Jamaica, you saw how the whole island experienced a blackout, and you saw Daryl Vaz talking about this is unacceptable. And later on, they said, oh, it was a system failure from the same JPS that they just gave $150 million US dollars. Couldn't keep the damn lights on across the island, right? Right. Secret to that is the Jamaican government gets a kickback from the profits that are made from JPS. But let's leave that for a minute. Now come over to Petrojam, because this weekend gone, Petrojam got $3.3 billion, which works out to another 21 million roughly US dollars. And again, they're calling this a loan. And if you go check it, they're the ones that own it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is how they're moving the money all over the place, right? And the people who are supposed to get help from the money are not getting help. That's my gripe, and that's where we're at.
Yeah, I hear that. The thing what you mentioned about the money, them not giving out the money. Do you realize that the interest payments on that money what they've got? Can you imagine the interest what they're getting?
Yeah. On that money.
Yes.
Yeah, the money ain't going where it's supposed to go, friend. And I'm just trying to find out. I want somebody to call in. I actually wish that someone of stature would call in who is closer to this than all of us would call in and say, listen, you have a platform, you're having these discussions, let me set some things straight. None of them have been brave enough to call in, and you know what? They are watching, but the questions that I'm asking, they don't have a different answer to or a better answer to these questions, so they stay away. Stay away.
Yeah, they will do. They will do.
But I would really like to know where all this money came from all of a sudden to be, handing out this much money when just the other day they made it publicly known we didn't have money. They're
probably gonna say it's come from the interest of the donations.
They can't say that, fam, because the interest couldn't have accumulated that much that quickly. It's only been 6 months.
You'd be surprised how much interest they get on that amount.
Well, yeah, because we're talking billions, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So the interest is to be taken into consideration, I would say.
Man, listen. All right, my brother.
Yeah, man, but keep doing the good work.
All right, we appreciate you. Thank you. Have a good one.
Yes. Same to everybody on the live.
All right, now.
All right, blessings.
All right, yeah. So now that we have everybody understanding where I'm at, I don't think I have to beat this to death or go any further with it. I do these because I'm genuinely hoping for somebody to call in. I just want one government entity to just brave up and just call in one of these days when we hit one of these topics and make me look like a fool. Make me look like a fool. You know when they'll answer? They'll answer in a slick way during one of their press conference. And they'll paint this with a broad brush. All this misinformation that's happening out there from all these other entities and these bloggers and social media people, and that is not what's going on. Let me tell you what's actually happening. And that's how they'll address it. They won't ever straight up come and say, oh, you're asking specifically about this and specifically about that. Well, here is this and here is that. Some accountability. But I want you all to know a couple of things. One, the people who got hit by the hurricane, a lot of them are still in dire need of help the same way they were 6 months ago when the hurricane hit, going 7 months ago when the hurricane hit first. No, they have not gotten no significant amount of help from the government to where their life has been restored. And that's the reality of all of this. So I'm watching the money move around. Somebody has to speak up for the people, them, and that's all I'm doing. They're moving large amounts of money here, there, and everywhere, but none is going to those people who they are the reason why the money was accumulated in the first place. It was emergency money. It was rescue money. The emergency situation still sits. A lot of them are still living in emergency conditions, but they have the money, just not helping that situation with it. Doing whatever the hell they want to do with it. Yeah. And you know what? Moving right along. Yes, SouFLo, like they not watching. And we know some them are watch. Chantal, we know they watching. But, you know, such is the journey. Such is the journey. The only person that has ever been real enough to call in here is somebody that I really wish I could back, and I've said it before, you know, it was Mr. Patterson with the UIC. And Mr. Patterson was so instrumental in giving us a clear understanding of how the Jamaican government is operated, and nobody could refute it. That was a great one. My only problem was, and I said it the entire time, that the UIC was just not powerful enough to become a third party of significance. Not just because it's stuff on their own, but it's because there is a systematic effort in place to keep Jamaica where it's at with two parties. And that's it. And the two parties will function as a different side of a coin. So it's one coin with two different sides. And any way you flip it, you still get the same coin. You just up on the other side of the coin. You flip it, the coin flip over, you get the next side. They don't want to give you a whole complete other coin. That's what I got from that. That's what I understand from that. Something that is completely different from what they got going on over here. They just didn't kick up enough steam to be able to pull off a presence in the election and to be able to take office as leader of the country. Which makes me think there are greater powers at hand than we can physically see with our eyes, right? I'll put it like this. I think the puppet masters control the strings, and they dangle, and they're still in control of the strings. We'll read between the lines. The puppet masters dangle the strings, and the puppets dance. And that's where we're at with our government. That's where we're at with our government. So as much as we talk about all these things, I know that certain things we're never going to get, but I'm also hopeful that at least take care of like the people who are destitute though. The people them who are roof gone off of them house and them sleep under chapalin or sleep outside cause them pitch tent or so, at least take care of them. And then you could do whatever else you want to do with the money. The rest of us will be okay. We'll drive on your messed up roads that eat up the car them. Because have y'all ever seen some of the pothole them in Jamaica? Have y'all ever seen some of the... I always wonder, how come they can't make the roads with a different material? Because the road them dig up like that from me a baby. And they're worse now. Over all these years. Can't they like fix the road them with a different type of material? I don't know, maybe concrete. Is there a reason why? We'll still drive by a messed up road them and we will still get by. But the destitute people them, the people them who actually really need the help, take care of them, no man. I saw Andrew Holness did a speech over the weekend where he said something about these developers. He's imploring these developers to start creating houses that Jamaicans can afford. That I guess the poorer class of Jamaicans, not exactly those words, can afford. I'm like, wow, it's 2026. You're finally saying that. I've been watching you in power for 10 years. You're finally saying that these developers should create a market where the average hardworking, law-abiding, tax-paying Jamaican can dream of and attain one day. A home, a house, a basic something them there in their life, you know. Basic things like those in life. Y'all seen the housing market in Jamaica? You better off looking for a house over here. Or you're probably you're super lucky if you're one of the people them like some of us. Little land left down there. Your granny dead, your grandfather dead. Them tell them split that up. Something like that. Some ancestral land that is properly papered where them can't come take away. And now they're about to start going after what they call crown land. So there actually is an active campaign now to go scour the whole island of Jamaica and dig up people off of what they call crown land. So if you're sitting on crown land and you're considered a squatter, you're about to be homeless because they have plans for these lands, they say. They want to build their own apartment complexes. They want to set up their own Airbnbs in rural areas too. They want to map Jamaica and have it in a way where all the resources, the revenues that come in goes to their pockets. Man, listen. All I'm saying is stick to the principles, man. Good principles, which they don't have. Don't double the money come in for the people them that need it. Use the money for the people them that need it. If they had fixed up those people already, I would not have a word to say about what they do with the rest of the money. I wouldn't even ask you, you think they use all the money for because I wouldn't care. As long as me look and my sister, the people them well taken care of already, who for house blow, we get a house back already, who for house top did gone, house get put back on, whose house did full up of mud and water, them house clean out again, and the house clean and people living back in sanitary places. The hospital them where they mash up, fix up back again. The people them can go get good health care at these facilities. Those are like primary concern. If those things were taken care of already, I wouldn't care where they're putting all these other monies. I would look the other way. But the fact that they are not, somebody have to say something. Somebody have to say something. They're out of control. And the sad part is, and I'm going to end that one right here, the sad part is they don't care. No matter how we talk, them don't care. They've gotten to the point where they love us watching them do wrong or do us wrong. And them don't business, them just do it anyway. And then them tell you, say, a lie you tell. Gaslight you. Bob Cosmic say, I got a load of smoke for Andrew Holness, but don't get it twisted and think that Mark Golding is any better. The two sides are two cheeks. I say, Bob, me don't like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm going to end this and move to our next topic by saying this. Remember, I know we're only supposed to be on for 2 hours this morning. That conversation there, Bob, where people will say, I know I just said there are two sides of the same coin, because that is the language that Mr. Patterson of the UIC used when he called in here and we had the on-screen meeting, you know. But a lot of people will say this and have been saying this. Don't feel like Golden any better. And what we're doing when we do that, is we are deciding to stick to the evil where we know. Just like the brother just said on the phone, you're going to stick to the evil where you know, so you will never see the angel that can save you, because you're sticking to the evil that you know. Mark Golding has never been Prime Minister of Jamaica. It makes no sense to me when you give somebody 1 term, 2 term, 3 terms, 4th term loading, and you're getting the same robbery and the same friggery and foolishness and the same sweet talk. And you have somebody over here who their message is different and they have never been in that position before. Put them in that position. Put him there. Put him there and see what he does. Remember what I said to Jamaica? I said, make everybody a 1-term leader until they can show you they deserve more than 1 term. I hope all of the people them who like to go in my comment section and talk about, oh, PNP boy, SouFLo. I'm not PNP. I'm not JLP. I'm a Jamaican who cares about Jamaica and Jamaicans. So I tell the people them in Jamaica, say, make everybody a 1-term leader until, stop buying that we need 2 terms to continue the job to get it done. We need 3 terms. We need 4 terms, man. We're still working on it. No, they're not. All they're doing is continuing their reign of power. And some would say their reign of terror. That's all they're doing. And they're conning you into allowing them to continue that long. It not take that long to get to what need to be done, the people's business. 1 term. Every Jamaican should be a flip-flop voter. I swear to you, if every Jamaican become a flip-flop voter and the people them actually really start get out and vote now, watch and see if Jamaica don't change. Watch and see. But as long as we stay how we are now, because most Jamaicans now who are voters, they are of the mindset that they are that party till them dead. Majority of them. A PNP me vote for, a PNP me I go vote for till me dead. A JLP me say, a that me I go say till me dead. Me come born, come see my mother a JLP, my father a JLP, my granny a JLP, over there so a JLP we say. And they keep that mentality. Once Jamaicans get rid of that mentality, they see, and start make everybody get 1 term. Listen, we are going to put you in, you know. We're going to put you in. Your turn up next. Come on, big dog, show us what you got. We have a list of the things that you ran on in this election. See them here, them write down. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't accomplish these, by the time next election roll around, just know say you're not in the office again. That's how the people should take back their power. Notice I didn't say anything about a revolt. There's nobody swinging guns in the streets. Bullet ain't flying nowhere. There's nobody making a whole heap of noise. Nobody now block traffic with them body. Nobody now protest, nothing. Simply stop being die-hearted. Simply start voting everybody in 1 term. Watch and see how Jamaica change. Because here what? Nobody wants to be in there for 1 term. None of them want to be in there for 1 term. So they're going to do everything in their power to make sure the next time you vote again, and then you vote them in again. It's a performance-based job. It's supposed to be that. It's supposed to be a performance-based job. If your marriage not work out, people look for divorce. I don't know how, if your government now work out, people still stay married to them. I don't get it. Your girlfriend now work out, or your boyfriend now work out on a breakup, and I've been through so many different relationships, but you still stay faithful to the same government that is screwing you over repeatedly, in and out. Come on, man. Y'all gotta break up with them. You don't have to break up with them. And that's what's gonna save Jamaica. Moving right along. We have to talk about that story. But before we get into the story of the two pastor them, this is a real story. The two pastor them pictures are on our icon this morning. It is the picture of the man and the woman. Them no shame for show them face. It's called Forbidden Love. That is what I named it. Nobody else never named it so. And we're going to talk about them. But before we talk about them though, we know that Munga Honorebele, yes, Munga Honorebele beat him murder case. And he doesn't have to worry about that anymore. Also, Munga is now able to fly. He can fly. He can go overseas and make money and tour and all these things. Remember we said this was a close family member of Mr. Vegas. And I said, I didn't know how close the family member was. Because you know you have some family member where people lick them down out the road, you probably wouldn't too bother you. Because your mother tell you, say, I did your uncle that from your granny side and these kind of things. But then you have some family member where your heart are going to drop out if nothing happened to them. And apparently, this was a family member of Mr. Vegas that was very close to Mr. Vegas. Actually, he helped to raise this individual, right? So after Munga's verdict was handed down, Mr. Vegas, of course, saw what the verdict was, and he left a message pertaining to what the verdict was. Mr. Vegas said, life is a journey. Today you are here, tomorrow you are gone. The name of the individual that Munga was accused of killing, his name was Cleveland Smith. I think Mr. Vegas' name is Clifford Smith. Mr. Vegas said, Cleveland Smith, nephew, quote unquote nephew, you brought us so much joy and laughter. I cherish the memories of rocking you in my arms while I sang your favorite songs to stop you from crying when you were a baby. Little nephew, the love we have for you cannot be replaced by the evil that took your physical away. Therefore, we will continue to celebrate you with positive vibrations. Cleveland, you are forever. Death is an illusion. Your children bear truth to this. The wicked will find joy in what they think they devoured. We will find solace, peace, and love in every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, every year that you shared with us. We love you. I say. That was Mr. Vegas' message. Him never have nothing. Why you laugh for? You laugh because the man have something to say about the interview where get killed?
No, you said I said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
You said I said.
That means what you saying? No done that song?
No.
All right. Well, when me hear your big laugh out, me think you laugh because the man nephew dead. So obviously is him close family member, right? This is a nephew that he helped to raise. And why it rough, yeah, man, but it goes like that according to the case. So they don't know already. We don't even need to rehash Munga case because it's gone and we can't change it. But there was an eyewitness, and they were able to poke holes in the eyewitness case. The eyewitness had it rough because the eyewitness had to go up against some top attorneys like Peter Champagny and Mr. Townsend. These are scholars, and it didn't work out for the eyewitness. The eyewitness ended up tripping up on her own story after she got tell them how she saw with her own two eyes that Munga had a gun, and his counterpart, who she described and identified as well, had a gun of his, and both men were pumping bullets into this one guy, and he died right there next to his bicycle. And she was the only person that the prosecution had on their side. She was the only person. So once they tripped her up, the state gave up the case. They couldn't go any further. So, Munga, he's out of there. He's free. And the courts have found him free, and he's able to go live his life now. And Mr. Vegas and his family, Mr. Vegas put out that message. You can actually find that message if you go on Facebook and you go to Mr. Vegas. You will see that message there. SouFlo, you're crazy, but that's true. But Lady J says, read between the lines. All right. Him chop never up the man. I don't know. We're not gonna discuss that any further. That was just a little segue because we covered the story before to give you a ending to it. It was Mr. Vegas' nephew, and he did help to raise him, and it is somebody who he was very close to throughout his life. So the loss did mean a lot to him. And I'm only covering that because I said I didn't know how close they were. Maybe it was a family member where I'm never to know, because we have them, the family member there, and then we have those who are really close to us, right? All right, the last one for the morning now, and then we'll call it a day, all right? Marriage rescue ends in romance. Female pastor falls for married apostle as his marriage crumbles. People, I don't know, say usually when we do them story here, these stories don't have a face, because people who are involved in these type of stories never want their faces seen to the public. But Ian Allen photos Apostle Kerry-Ann Johnson and Apostle David Palmer, they don't mind. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, my brother. How are you doing this morning?
I'm all right. I know I have bad timing, so I'll just do 45 seconds.
All right.
So listen up. After years and years and watch my artists get beaten, this is when Mr. Vegas shouldn't just settle and fight for his son, because these people fight harder for Lizard than them fight for them own relative or family member. They campaign. You know it's a bad time to say it.
Yeah.
But them really campaign hard for Lizard, like a Lizard or them brother or them father, than how they will do for their own family member. And I just find that very much weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
My boss, big up. Hey, Flo, listen to me. Whenever you're about to say something explicit, you always say children, kids. This is when you remove from the computer.
Yes.
But in the, like this morning, may consume some food and you talk about pus and syphilis and run out of penis, and like you always mess up my breakfast. Just give us a warning, please.
All right, I will next time.
All right, big up yourself.
Where did I drink porridge?
You're too fast. Big up yourself.
Later, bro.
All right.
All right, so you want to know if a porridge did not drink, the porridge look like pus or whatever the case. Anyway, usually when we do stories like these, the people them keep them identity to themselves. So I was very surprised that them big and bold on Front Street, Well, what began as an effort to rescue a failing marriage has now transformed itself into a controversial romance between two pastors. The story are very real, right? Between two pastors. Apostle Kerry-Ann Johnson openly described Apostle David Palmer as her partner now, while stressing that despite their relationship and their cohabitation, that means that them live together and then walk outside and hold hands together. but they are not being intimate yet because he still remains legally married. Them people that take people for fool. But say, boy, all time church I did the best church because in this alone me did see people who actually live up to the scriptures kind of thing. After that, our church turned puppy show. Pastor, apostle, preacher, priest, all of them beer trickery. Yeah, we're living together, but we're not doing anything because he's still legally married. So me want to know how this came to be. Well, the two now pastor His Majesty Sanctuary Deliverance Ministry together, staunchly dismissing allegations that she used Obia to win David's heart, describing the relationship as divinely guided. God is in the midst of this. You know, I was going to do a short this morning that said someone who needs to leave God alone. Someone who needs to leave God alone. Someone who needs to stop mentioning God. Like, you know, if God did a fling lightning and thunder, especially the lightning part, every single time you did ungodly, enough with a bun up already, you know. Because some people brave enough to even say, God knows or God said. And you know what you are doing no godly. But you throw God in it. She said, when I found out that David was interested in me, I told him that if it was God's will, then it will happen. Then she made it happen and said it was God's will. No, I missed that. But she said, when I first found out David was interested in me, I told him if it is God's will, it will happen. Johnson insists that she played a central role in trying to preserve the Palmer's marriage, insisting that the relationship only developed after his union collapsed. She did an interview with the Weekend Star where she prayed for Palmer and his wife. She mediated disputes between them for this couple. She even financed the airline ticket so Mr. Palmer could travel to the United States of America in an attempt to reconcile his marriage. She said, I did my best. I did my best, is what she said, adding that she went above and beyond to help to save the Palmer's marriage, and she maintained a cordial relationship the whole time with his wife as well. Pastor. I shouldn't call you pastor neither. Woman, you stop. You stop. You did your best. She provided shelter for Mr. Palmer after he found himself out of the marital home, insisting that at that time, there was no romantic involvement between them. He just found himself out of the marital home, and the marriage that I was trying to help him to preserve had fallen apart anyways, and he had nowhere to go, so I invited him into my home. Hear him now. I had nowhere to go, and the pastor took me in for 1 year and supported me the best way that she could. Palmer said that he first learned about Johnson's ministry after watching her services online. After they eventually met in person, he said that she invited him to preach at her church. He was a pastor too. And she invited him to come preach at her church. Rotted. After giving it some thought, he agreed to visit the church. The visit led to a cordial relationship, and according to Palmer, his wife struck up a friendship with the same pastor. My wife was okay with the apostle, and they would speak over the phone and they would laugh with each other and talk with each other. And I remember she told pastor to take care of me. Because she there foreign. She told pastor to take care of me. Take care of my husband for me, you know. Yeah, she took care of him for you, all right. Lord. He said, sitting beside Johnson at their church in Old Harbor, Palmer explained that he got married in 2023, but that relationship quickly deteriorated. 2023 to 2026. Pastor marriage start and done, like old bike. The argument became often, he said. The same year, she sent me a divorce document, but I could not sign it as there was an error on it. And I stayed with her because I believed that people could change. He said that he was drawn to Johnson because of her devotion to God and her generosity. She was generous, all right. Man don't run from happiness, you know. But you see, when you see peace, you will do what it takes to get it. They said Apostle Johnson obeyed me for me to come to her. But that is a lie, because I would have found love in Pastor. Everything I prayed for, I see in her. Apostle Johnson pushed me towards my destiny, and that is one thing I love about her. She always, remember say out of all about them there, you know, and them face up on the front of this store, you know, them not hide from nobody, you know. The man say Apostle Johnson pushed him towards his destiny, and that is one thing him love about her, and she always tell me, say, to stay with God. And that was a plus for me. This was when I started to put my trust in her, and somewhere along the line, I just fell in love with her, and this was sometime back in 2025. However, the relationship has sparked a backlash from Palmer's estranged partner, who Johnson says has long accused her of being involved with her husband before the marriage even ended. Johnson said that she remained silent. This is Pastor Johnson now. She remained silent for a period before responding publicly after the matter escalated online, where her fiery responses during live streams drew criticism from viewers who questioned her conduct as a church leader. Because she must have did the preach like Lady Saw. You know, when Lady Saw is preaching, Lady Saw kind of preach like say she had trace with her matey and her enemies kind of thing. I saw she did that online, so people started questioning her legitimacy. Right. She says, I am like the prophet Jeremiah. She defended her tone that she was using, saying that she would not be provoked without any response. Me's a girl, me talk up. And when you chat to me, expect response. I am like the prophet Jeremiah, who was bold and known for speaking it as it is. And God has given me that boldness, she said. She insisted that, I hope him knows at that same boldness they maga fight. At that same boldness there he's going to fight. Him just not get it yet. I am like the prophet Jeremiah, she said. So, when she felt, him said, she insisted that the offensive messages that were sent to her pushed her to respond strongly, noting that she acted after reaching her limits. Couldn't take it no more. So, when she tell me, say, me obia me use for hold her husband, me tell her, say, it's not obia, it's me hold me use. This is a female pastor, you know, a preacher did a preach, you know, and a message come across where say, I obia you use and take my husband. And she said, no, I no obia me use and take him and me hold. Yo, she said, I no obia me use and take him and me hold. I'm not going to let anybody walk over me. I'm just tired. And she accused me, say, me and the man there. And we never there. So I just give her something. Did it burn her? Yes. Did I achieve what I wanted to? Yes. Despite the controversy, Johnson insists the situation has not negatively affected their ministry, saying that members were already aware of the ongoing tensions. This has been a long-going battle. And they would have known the history that would have led up to this. That which was meant to break me is giving me strength as our ministry is growing. She added that while they are in a relationship, they have not yet dugud, and they plan to formalize their union once his divorce is finished. So he might go right back in our next marriage soon as the marriage they're done. And we are dating at the moment, but we haven't had sexual intercourse yet. But when we get married, we sure will. And as soon as the divorce papers signed, yes, we're going to get married, she said. You wouldn't ball out and say your good hole you use and hold him, Pastor, unless you was giving it to him already. So, at that. You use your good hole, your gummy grippy, and you take with the woman husband. When she came to you for guidance and help and some mediation. And that's why I'm telling you all the time, sir, no counseling, no needed in no relationship. People make up their mind already where they want to be. Your partner already decided, I'm not going to listen to you. You're not worth my time. Eventually, this is going to end. If you think you need a third person to come sit down in the middle, if you say, okay, stop talking now and let him talk. Okay, you stop talking now and let her talk. Do you still love him? Do you still want her? If you think you need somebody in the middle to say all that, you can dash for that the relationship there already. Everybody in there know where it's going, right? And Pastor knew where this was going from day one. From the first time them reach a pastor gate, and that woman they said, give me some counseling. Pastor said, me I take your man. You have a good man, and me I go take him because I want him for myself. You think woman easy? Remember the other day what I said? I said, my years of being on this earth, I realized that women get themselves in all types of situations. The only thing they need is an excuse because they like to blame it on something else. Blame it on the alcohol, blame it on being manipulated, blame it on the skies, the trees, the birds, the two cricket them where do backers in high grass. Blame it on anything except for blame it on them. Yeah, she know from day one, so she never take the man there. You know when time one cantankerous woman carry her husband gone a pastor and ask, and pastor said to herself, say, but no man, the man is calm and nice, and him tall and look good too. And the wrong woman this feed, me want him for myself. and that she know. But you know what? Big up to them. They are over there in Old Harbor, and they said that their ministry is growing, they're flourishing. No, may they continue to flourish in Jesus' name. All right, big up on yourself, people. Manners and respect to each and every one of you tuning in. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you for being here. We're gonna keep it shorter. All right, walk good. Like my granny Miss Ruby said, be good. If you can't be good, be careful, but it's best to be good. And like my grandfather, Mas Cleavy said, I will see you tomorrow if God spare life. And for those of you who came into this live late, the place behind me, the picture you are seeing, is a place in Jamaica that I spent a week vacationing at. They have a huge pool. They have houses, not apartments traditionally. And it's a beautiful place for your family. Or if you want to go there with your bonononos or something like that. And that's just one of the many views from that spectacular place. It's called the West Ender Inn, and it is located in West End, Negril. Big up on yourself. On the walk good. I'm out.